our hearts align with our program. It aligns with the understanding of what we feel is missing in our own communities for our kids, and that's where it all came about. We understood what was missing, and especially in our Māori and Pacific Island kids, was good confidence. There's different types of confidence, but a really good confidence that has good values behind it and helps the kid to grow up to. It's not a confidence for them to grow up and show off. It's a confidence for them to grow up and be able to say to themselves, I can do it. I'll give it a go. So it's a healthy type of confidence, and so we're big about not just teaching skill to the kids, teaching them the values that we feel are meant to go with it as well, so that they do enjoy it, and if they hit kind of problems with they have those values to fall back on and understand. So that's kind of where our program was kind of born out of.
Everyone look to the person next to you and say, you are awesome. Now say back to them, oh, thank you very much.
It's the same kids because I've experienced in alternative education as well. So I've seen the spectrum on that side, understanding the kids, a lot of their kids come from gang families. And so it was the environment. I knew straight away, okay, it's the environment. These kids come from, their parents probably don't even understand how to put their kids into programs to build their own confidence. So these are the kids that learn that kind of negative type of confidence, where it's fear-driven. You got to be strong, you got to be tough. That's how you get your respect and all that. But it doesn't do anything for our community. It doesn't do anything for people that are trying to get out there and be successful.
It's a new change, it's a new wave, and it's really important because, I sometimes struggle to be like, he's like, you go up and say, but and it is, it's true. So, but these kids, they're going to be different.
Being a former student, learning off names and then coming through to actually teach what I know from him, it's cool.
But it's an amazing opportunity to do a job where I'm doing something that I love, which is music, especially for someone who's my age, someone who's in school, for Dalzea who's in university. It's a good place to just let ourselves go and be able to teach.
Supa thrives off three main core values which we carry, which are Christian values: empower, inspire, and encourage. And I think because we base everything that we do on those three values, I think the kids, they not only get to learn it on a daily basis when they're here, but they also get to take it with them when they're elsewhere, and then they just know that if they have that confidence within themselves outside, they can pursue whatever they want to pursue, and that's just something that we like. The performances are really good, but everyone really learns what they learn inside the classrooms, the one-on-one contact with the tutors and asking those questions and feeling that comfortability and actually asking those questions. The performance is just the evidence of what we do in the classroom.
Okay. I actually talk about this program to everybody about it, just because of what I've seen in my family, and I've seen a lot of other families, we're dads, and here we are, You look at these kids, I mean, I hate to say it, but, these are supposed to be the stats for Māori and Polynesian kids, all those negative stats you have out there, and then you come and see this, and there's over 100 kids that turn up every Monday night. And so if there's over 100 kids, there's over 100 parents that turn up here as well, Awesome. And so when you think about that and you look at all the negative press that we get as PIs and Māori, not only kids but also parents, and then you see something like this, it just makes you wonder, maybe this is some type of initiative that the government should look at, because it actually works.
The values they install, and you might sing like a frog, but it's about the confidence. They understand it. So it's not about, if you have a gift, you come here. No, you don't have to be a dancer. You just give it a go, and you're working on your confidence. So they know what works.
The kids have to believe that they're safe in this classroom, and that classroom, and this classroom over here. Whatever module that they go to, if they don't believe that they're safe in there, they're not going to give it a go, or they're only going to give half of the effort that you know that they want to give. So creating safe environment, helping the kids to believe that in here, this is the place where you can make mistakes. And one of the examples I always say to kids, I bet you when you're at home and your favorite song comes on the radio, what do? And they all start like, you know, because they know, and every adult does it as well. When their favorite songs, they're like, and they go for it. And all kids are the same. When their songs come on, they know that when they're at home in their room, and I can see them smiling and see, I know. You're going hard, eh? You're like performing, you're doing all of this, you're looking around. Okay, you do that at home because you feel safe there, you know. I need you to treat this like your room.
For me, oh, if I can be it, then I can be it. If I just believe it, then I can do it. I believe I can fly.
We've underestimated what kids can do. The heart of the program is there's kids growing up without this confidence. These are the same kids that go down troublesome road because they don't have the confidence to be able to sit in a job interview, you know, go through the interview phase, you know, and look good for the interview. They don't have those skills and their understanding of that. So building them this should be able to kind of give them a bit of, you know, hopefully a better chance when they get to that age. That's exactly it. Around too fast. You got to be aware of your triggers, okay? You got to be aware, you got to say to yourself, oh, okay, what do I do when I get nervous? Or what do I look like when I get nervous? Because that's how other people will learn that you are nervous. But when you are a performer and you take the stage, that's when you have to learn to leave everything on the side. I've already told funders this program is going to be here 100 years after we're dead and gone, serving the community in the same way. And the only way to do that is to pass on, continue passing on and teaching them how to pass on to the next lot of kids.
And so these two, they look after our dance academy. So this branches off from our Supa program. It's like a pathway for our kids sort of ready for that next level. So they do like competitions, corporate events, gigs and stuff like that and represent what we do. So Mo, back in 2006 when the academy started, she was an original dancer back then. So how old were you? 5 years old.
Moana, she's been part of Little Saints back from 2006, and in 2011 they went over to the World Hip Hop Champs and won a silver medal. So to see the fruits of Bex's hard work with our younger ones, and for us I guess it's putting the time and investing into our young ones to give them that opportunity to kind of live their dream.
I think this is me and Shekinah's eighth year. So we've been this since we were like 6. So right now me and Shekinah are now tutors for the dance module, and we teach beginners.
I work with youth justice kids, you know. We're trying to, you know, the whole idea is put them back on the right track. Yet, you know, these guys have got these kids, I mean, you've seen them, they're like 5, 6, 7, you know, all the way up to 13, 14, 15. And these kids are the same types of kids that I do at work. And yet,
so you would say that maybe you're dealing with the kids that haven't had something to be a part of?
No, that's the absolute truth. And that's why when you hear comments like, oh, you know, the funding's gone there, yet there's a program here that actually works, you know, and it's just not impacting, you know, 1 or 2 families, you know, it's literally 100 families are here.
One of the biggest things that I've really enjoyed is school singing, bringing school singing back into the schools. And there's a great school, you know, I use as an example all the time, Bruce McLaren Intermediate, a school that like I walked in there and was just, you know, kind of chaos, you know, kids, you know, just coming in whenever they want, and you know, teachers trying to tell them, hey, sit down, kids answering back and all of that. But I was able to use school singing to bring back the values, to bring back, you know, respect, love, you know, kindness, being proud in your school and all of that, and it was just being consistent with that every single week. Every Thursday I had with them, I was spinning them that and then singing.
1, 2, 3, hey!
The environment here is really uplifting.
They really encourage you to step out of your comfort zone. They'll just tell you to push for whatever you're striving to do, and they'll push you a bit farther than you think you can go, and it just really helps you when you're developing.
The flow-on effect of that is you're going to have great communities, aren't you? Because these kids are growing up with values, and they're growing up to know, what it is to be, a good person, what it is to, to be part of something. It's almost like a reconnection again, And I think that's one of the biggest things that's missing.
We've lost that in our communities, haven't we?
We have.
Connection.
Yes, yes.